Let's say for this effect, I hand the deck over to the participant and they give it a shuffle. After they're done, I take the deck back and I say, okay, I want you to cut the deck about in half. So let's say they cut it there. I explain to them that we're going to mix up the deck even more now. So I'm just going to start throwing down cards and the participant can join in. Okay, so they can mix up the cards and they can throw them down. And we're going to go through the entire deck here as well. Say there, there, and we have the last group there. Perfect. So you can see a total mixed up deck. So, in case you think that I've remembered the top or bottom card, we will go ahead and get rid of those. So the top and bottom card are now gone. So I would hand the deck to the spectator, have them hold it and turn around. I would ask them to think of a number between 10 and 20. Don't think of 10 and don't think of 20. Deal that many cards on the table and remember that card. So I wouldn't know the number because my back would be turned, and the spectator would very silently deal the number. But let's say in this case they think of 12, okay? If I knew how to put the number on the screen, I would do that as well. I wouldn't know the number, but once again, 12. So they would deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at this card and remember it, because this would be the participant's card. After they have remembered their card, they could place it back on the deck, and the rest of the cards go on top. So now I would turn around, take the deck back, and say, okay, what we're going to do is mix up the deck a little more now because now you've thought of a number and you selected a card. So just call out stop for me. Let's say they call out stop here. Say, okay, I want you to hold your packet here. And you know what? Actually, you can turn some cards face up and you can spread them as well. So let's say they turn some cards face up and they give them a spread. Um, I would then say we're gonna now mix up the packets face up to face down. Okay, so let's say we go ahead and do that now, and we mix up face up to face down, and the participant can join in. So they would mix these up, and face down. Just like this. So now I say, okay, I'm going to take the deck and I'm just going to look through it here. So I actually have a question for you. I would tell the participant, is there any reason you chose number 12? And keep in mind, I wouldn't know the number. In this case, they would say, no real reason why I chose 12. I would then say, for the first time, name your card out loud. The 7 of clubs. Indeed, the 7 of clubs. That is today's effect. If you would like to learn how to do this, stick around for the tutorial. Before we get into the tutorial, the cards I'm using are the white Star Wars cards. I have a deck review on these, so that will be linked in the description. So this trick is a very good one, as you can see. From a totally shuffled up deck, you are able to not only predict the number the participant dealt, but you can also find their card. So really for this effect, you don't need a full deck. I would just say make sure you have more than 30 cards, okay? I would do more than 40 just to be on the safe side. So the participant can take the deck and they can give it a shuffle. That doesn't matter. They're going to hand the cards back to you, and you want them to cut the cards about in half so each of you actually have your own pile. You're now going to be setting up for the effect, but you're also going to be doing it under the guise of mixing the deck. So you say, okay, what I want you to do is start throwing cards down like this. And what I've done here is I've actually got a key card. So what I did throughout this was I'm going to throw down 3 groups of 4 cards each, okay? So under the guise of here, I just want you to start throwing down some cards. That's 1 group of 4, 2 group of 4, 3 group of 4. I'm going to remember the 3rd card, in this case the 10 of spades, okay? And then I throw down 1 more group just to be safe, because I don't want them to remember that card. You never know if that participant might be able to catch on or not. But this really works with any card. So you say, okay, I want you to just throw down cards like this, and look at that, we got the 10 of spades again. After I'm done saying I want you to throw down cards like this face up, I throw down 1 more group. And now the participant, you can say, actually, you can shuffle your cards and then throw them down, okay? Because you didn't actually shuffle your cards down when you threw them down, but the participant can. So you just want to remember that 3rd card in that 3rd group of 4, the 10 of spades. And now both of you can go until you are completely done with the cards. After you've done that, you turn the pack face down and you say, okay, in case you think I've remembered the top card, we will lose that somewhere in the middle. In case you thought I remembered the bottom card, we will lose that in the middle. Now that 10 of spades was 11th from the top, so let me show you that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can see the 10 of spades. But if we lose that bottom card, it would then be 10th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now you say, okay, I'm going to hand the deck to you, and I want you to think of a number between 10 and 20. Now, really, you don't want them to think of 10 or 20. At the end, I will show you what to do in case they think of those 2 numbers. But let's say in this case, you wouldn't know the number because your back would be turned and they would be dealing silently. But let's say in this case, they think of 15. So they're going to deal 14 cards and look at the 15th card. So you could explain it to them that way if they're confused. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And, any justification or pattern to justify why they have to think of between 10 and 20 is also good. If I say, just to make it a little hard on me, but not too hard, how about you think of a number between, let's say, 10 and 20, and I make it sound like it doesn't matter either. So they really have to do between 10 and 20 every time. So this is the 15th card, they would remember it. This case, the 3 of diamonds. Don't sign their card, actually, because that's going to give away the ending as well. Because if they sign their card, well, then you're not really finding it, because you're only finding the 1 signed card. They remember their card, they put it back on top, and the rest of the cards go on top. You turn around, you take the deck back, and really all you're going to do is force the top half of the deck, but make it seem like it's the bottom half. So I start off with a swing cut. If you don't know how to swing cut, I will leave a link in the description. So I swing cut about half of the deck. I put my pinky in and I swing cut the rest of the cards on top. if I have a tutorial on the Riffle Force, I will link it down below in the description. And if I don't have a tutorial on the Riffle Force, I will link my Card Force videos in the description. Maybe the Riffle Force is in one of those. Either way, you're now going to force the bottom half. So here's a quick tutorial on the Riffle Force. I may decide to make one in the future, depending on if I have one or not. But you're going to hold the top half of the pack with your index or your middle ring pinky. Thumb in the back is holding that top half of the break. You're going to riffle down. Wherever they call out stop, I like to stick my index finger in that break, make it bigger, then I cover it while turning my hand. I let go of that break and I lift up. Okay, I will probably link a different Riffle Force video in the description, just so you have it. So you Riffle Force that half and you say, okay, we don't need a lot of cards, just a few. And what you're doing is you're actually turning over 10 cards. You can get to this however you would like. I went 3, 6, 9. So 3 groups of 3 and one more for 10. You could go 2 groups of 4 and then 2 more, 4, 8, 10. It doesn't matter, you just want 10 cards. And this is when you're going to be able to find out what number they chose. Because you say, I want you to now spread this pack out on the table. So they're going to do this, and while they're actually doing this, you're going to be looking at your half for your key card. We see the 10 is here, so we're going to be counting the cards below it. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know the 10 of spades, there are 4 cards underneath it. If you add that 10 of spades with the 4 cards, 4 plus 1 is 5. You know you're between 10 and 20, so you always add a 1 on at the start. So we have 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, which is 5. 1 and 5 is 15. That is the number. I hope that made sense, but that is all it is. It's real simple. So now you know that since 15 is their number, you say, okay, I want you to start mixing up the pack like this. And now you can totally get rid of everything because you know it's 15. So you're going to drop this packet of cards and then immediately before the spectator can drop any, so you say, here, I just want you to shuffle your face up cards. Once you drop your face up cards on your hand, you're going to push over 5 cards because they had 15. And look at this. On the bottom is the 3 of diamonds. So they can drop that. And then you say, here, you can now go face up and face down. And now, not only do you know their number, but you will also be able to get their selection. It's a lot more sneaky than you think. So they'll go ahead and do that, and you're going to go through the entire pack. You just want to remember 15, okay? So face up and face down. So, after you have this mess, you're going to pick up the deck and you're just going to rotate it straight up in the air like this, okay? So you have the deck like this, you're just going to rotate it straight up. Now you're going to hit them with this line when looking for their card. You're going to say, okay, is there any reason you chose number 15? It might catch them off guard, but it doesn't matter what they say because what you're doing is you're going to spread until you're past all of those face down cards and you're going to keep going. Okay, actually, no, you're not going to spread from the bottom. That was my bad. I was a little confused there. You're going to spread from the top of the deck, okay? I don't know why I thought the bottom. Spread from the top of the deck, obviously like this so they can't see it. But once you get past all of the face-up cards, their card is the 3 of diamonds, because that is the first face-up card past the group of face-down cards. Because this was that group of 10 cards that told you what number they chose. So you come past here, you see the 3 of diamonds, you already hit them with why did you choose 15 or whatever, and now you can reveal this however you would like. They can shuffle the deck some more, they can cut the deck some more, it doesn't matter. But then you take out their 3 of diamonds, you ask them their card, and you reveal the 3 of diamonds. So now I want to go over really quick, what if they chose 10 or 20? Some people may not listen to you because they want to mess you up here. So this is what to do in case they choose 10 or 20. So you cut about half of the deck, and you're going to put down your 3 groups of 4. Remember in that third card, the 4 of clubs. And now the rest of the cards can get shuffled on top. I'm just speeding this up. They're gonna get rid of the top and bottom card, just so you can't remember a key card. And now, you say, okay, I want you to think of a number between 10 and 20. Let's say they think of 10. So they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, and that 10th card will be your key card, the 4 of clubs. They put it back on top. They put the rest of the cards on top. You riffle force the top half. You turn face up 10 cards, and now if you see your key card right on the top, but not buried somewhere in the middle, right on top, you know immediately they chose 10, and you know they chose your key card, so you say, okay, do you see your card in this pile? They're going to say yes. And now any way you want to, you can reveal that not only did they choose the 4 of clubs, because that's your key card and on top of the pack, but they also thought of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, just like that. So even if they don't listen to you, you're still able to guess their card either way. And now let's say in this case they chose a 20. So we'll cut off some cards, and we will go with 3 groups of 4. In this case, the 4 of spades. We'll put this on top. And then we'll get rid of the top card, we'll get rid of the bottom card, and then we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They're going to remember the Jack of Hearts. So you put the rest of the cards on top. You're going to riffle force that top half. And now you're going to turn over 10 cards. And now if you look here, in this case, even though your key card is on top, you're going to ask them, did you see your card? If they say yes, you know they chose 10 and the 4 of spades. If they say no, however, well, this time you know that they chose the number 20, because this is 10 cards, and then you say, you know what? I want you to deal 10 cards for me. I know you chose 20, so this is 10 cards here. How about you deal 10 more cards? And now they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the Jack of Hearts. Or if you want, you could actually look through those 20 cards and then take out the Jack of Hearts. It doesn't matter, because their card is going to be found either way. And that is the effect for today. So I hope you really enjoyed this effect. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time with a new video. Bye.